let's get to it. Let me first open our repository with the board. And what do we have? If we look at the done things, so let's see. Last time I wasn't able to completely finish README, so I managed to succeed in that. And our README looks quite alright now. As you can see, I added some visuals about the idea, the art that we will be dealing with. I also added description to the mission, to the problem. How do we help? To whom do we help? Who can help us? And how can you contribute? This link is actually broken. I forgot to fix it. So this is the link to the project stuff. And it should be the spec, the workflows. Probably the spec itself shouldn't be a Google Doc. Right now it's a Google Doc. It should be a bunch of wikis. Probably we need a page for a wiki that has subpages for different parts of it. Anyways, we have some sorry, not this one. An updated section about coding standards. I added sections about components of project, so the infrastructure, client, and domain layers, and what are each things for. I think that's all I added for code related stuff. Testing related stuff, I think I added some more conventions, but that's about it. Okay, great, didn't do that. I added new joiner guide with a little schedule. Actually, the schedule, oh yeah, it's fine. So a little schedule when our meetings happen, normally a link to recorded meetings, a bunch of links, how we do our workflow, how Agile works, a link to our community. A page that is to be done for system requirements and how to run solution. And what was it? And yeah, a link to specification. So that's my README job. I think there still needs to be some refinement around just describing Agile flow. How do you work with backlog? Probably that would just be a link to some GitHub official stuff. That's fine. Agile flow may be, well, it will be a bit specific to us. So I'll give a base link plus our own stuff. And yeah, this part is the most important one, that we really need to understand how to run the project. So that needs to be described, what needs to be installed, and so on. Okay, so that is the README part, and it's done. Mobile is done. Architecture, coding standards, mobile app, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Website use cases. This is, I think, the biggest milestone of this sprint. It's a big chunk of work that involves what kind of functionality will we have in the website. So what kind of functionality will there be? Sorry. Starting from the amputee, the focus of our project. Well, the one who benefits from the project, amputee can, well, a guest can request a prosthetic, submit a prosthetic request form, which basically registers the user to be in that account, to be a valid amputee. and then they get their credentials emailed to them, with which they can log in, view their prosthetic request, edit it, or cancel it. And if they cancel their prosthetic request, it's the opposite. Their registration gets removed and they get notified about that removal. Next, we have an artist. So artist logs in. Well, first, anyone who wants to be an artist needs to submit a request with 3 art photos or a link to portfolio. And this, again, immediately creates their account and notifies them their credentials so that they could log in with those credentials and view their application or cancel it or edit it. Updating availability will not be available to them unless their account is approved. Availability is a thing that happens that admin asks, checks for all available artists so that a matchmaking between an available artist and someone who requests a prosthetic can happen, a painted prosthetic. All right, and admin in turn in this part can view verified artists in different ways, and he can accept or decline their applications. Declining immediately results in deleting their account as well. All right, for a amputee subsystem, admin can view prosthetic requests and he can only accept them, because it wouldn't be fair to decline a poor man's request and just deleting their account altogether, and therefore they can only accept it. And when they accept it, there is a meeting that is being scheduled, that gets scheduled for initial communication as a starter, as a conversation starter between middleman admin, amputee, and the artist. Accepting this doesn't mean that you just say, oh, this person needs help, so I accept. This means that you already know the artist, that you already notified amputee with available artists, that you chose, that the amputee gave their feedback and chose the artist they like, that there is an available prosthetic, and only then when all the things are available, you say, okay, accept. And then you start conversation and actual process of sending the prosthetic, hooking up artist and amputee together, and starting to put work on their end. Any questions so far?
It seems clear to me so far.
Okay. Next we have gallery. So basically we want to share what art our artists are making. So a gallery is a way of popularizing artists and at the same time doing a good deed. So anyone can view 2 types of galleries. So there are 2 types of galleries: fans gallery and professional gallery. Fans gallery is gallery of drawing app, and professional gallery is a gallery of confirmed artists. So when artist submission gets confirmed, admin chooses pictures that they want to add to the gallery from the portfolio, or randomly pictures from portfolio are picked. One picture in particular, the focus picture of a prosthetic, And there you have it. uh, Professional gallery. Fans gallery is any kind of art that is confirmed, that's coming from a mobile app, the drawing app. And in both galleries, you can download art, like art, share art. Liking art means that you give +1 rep to both the um, artwork and the artist. Admin has one extra access to a special gallery called Shared Gallery of Available Artists. So he can share the gallery with an intention so that artists could pick a um, a person, an artist that they like. Amputee could pick an artist that they like. Um, Admin manages professional gallery, manages fans gallery in a way that they can prioritize art, decline, confirm art, and so on. Okay. Um,
Maybe just one point to that liking system. So you mentioned that for the fan art, that gallery would contain images from the drawing up as well. And in the drawing up use cases, we have described that even a guest, so a user without an account, could go in and submit an image to the fan gallery. So it would be open for everyone,
yes,
registration. How would you give a like to someone who's not registered? So it would be like giving a like to an anonymous person.
probably in that case, yes. You probably would be notified that if you're not registered, only your artwork gets liked, but not you. Or maybe in general, the point, like there is no point liking individual for amateurs. Like you're not there to advertise yourself, you're there to advertise your art, like just showcase your art. And if you are indeed wanting to uh, show yourself, then register. I guess we can have those both cases. If no user, artwork gets voted. If there is user, also they get voted themselves.
Okay, sounds fair.
Next is donations part. So obviously we support a bunch of donations. So what can we donate? A socket, prosthetic, money, or just offer support, different kind of form. I haven't decided if those four are needed as distinct things. Just wanted to put them down as a possibility that you can make. And for these two specific, when there is a prosthetic that's available, either a socket or a hole, um, there needs to be some notification. What's the next step? At least to the administrator that, hey, there is a stock update. Maybe we didn't think about managing stock, and it's probably outside the scope of this. But maybe this could also just, say, hey, there is this in the stock, but maybe not. Maybe it's so scarce, those two things are so scarce that you won't ever have more than one or two. Like if you have, you immediately give away. I'm not sure how this works, so it would be really nice to talk with Mortis about this. And yes, admin, you can view donations and filter them based on the four different types. Lastly, there is the feedback subsystem. Anyone can send feedback, but unless it's approved, it won't be visible. And who approves feedback? Obviously, admin. So he can confirm or decline feedback. And lastly, about registration stuff, when you create a request, you immediately get also an account created. If your account gets deleted or if request gets declined, if you cancel your request or someone declines it, then your account gets removed and all data gets deleted, and you get notified for that. Anyways, when you have your account created, request submitted, your account gets created, your credentials get mailed to you, and then you can use them to log in. Admin, amputee, and artist AAA that can log in. One more point of interest: when you are creating a request for prosthetic, you must have a formal proof that you are indeed with a disability, and that you had a check, and that your check passed, and you need that document that proves that the check passes. Maybe ID, maybe the document itself. It would be really nice if there is an API that does support, you just enter some ID, and it says if you're a verified person with disability and in need of prosthetic or not. It would be nice if there was such API. And if there was, we would have one more use case here to verify person if he is with a disability or not. Go on.
It was a wide question, to be honest, but could we do something like that? Probably we'd need to be part of that company, or work for that company. I don't know how that goes.
It depends.
I was just interested.
It could work. Like, we could do that. I'm pretty sure it's not the company that does that. I really don't think the company itself supports some API. I think it's some health center, disability center,
Yeah.
and I don't see a reason why would it be hidden, or like really hard hidden. It could be maybe public. I'm guessing, but I see no reason. No big deal if it was public. So maybe. So yeah, this is the big system that our website will be. Um, Thoughts on the scale? Does this look a lot to you?
Uh, I wouldn't say. It seems logical. It's easy to follow and read, so I think that's fine as it is.
Yeah.
Just a moment, someone's ringing.
Okay. So that is our website use cases. Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. Um. So now I think this is done and this is done. I like what I see, so I'll move this um to done, and I'll confirm the request because I like it. Well, I'll wait for approvals actually, but I flag this as done. Next, I also created solution skeleton. So if we look at source, we have a certain structure for solution. Oh, this is actually approved. I'll quickly merge it then. I first need to push it. Whatever, I'll do it after the meeting. Anyways, we have a solution. So what is our solution made of? The biggest problem with solutions these days is that architecture is screaming. If you look at as source code, you'll see just some layers and not the problem that is being solved. However, the way I designed this explains what problem does the solution solve. It needs to be updated based on the use cases diagram. Anyways, there is admin. There is no longer admin. It's divided in different parts, but there is amputee, artists, donations, drawing, gallery. Instead of matchmaking, it should be feedback, and instead of admin, it should be users, subdomains. So 3, 6, 7 subdomains, or rather modules of logic that we have there. And basically shared kernel, our common project, infrastructure for now for two parts, notifications and persistence. And clients, how can we call the logic? What consumes the logic? What is the facing application that takes it? So we'll have a mobile application for drawing app. We'll have web API that'll be publicly exposed that a mobile client can call. And we'll also have web client, a React website that will consume web API. Our mobile app will be made with Xamarin. So there's that. What's next? Um, to do is close. So I just reviewed this. I'll move this to done. Cases, we just created it. I'll move this to done. And yeah, that's all the work that we did, I think. Oh, website is important part. So I think Max did some work on this, and no link pull request, but I'm pretty sure there is a pull request. He said the core idea is there, visible. Maybe there's just a branch then, not pull request. Website wireframe, here we go. And we have website wireframe, and we have okay, a bunch of links. I haven't seen this myself, so this will be new, but let's see what we have. Okay. What's this? Menu bar and footer. Okay, makes sense in the corner. I see the design. Viable. Again, this is mostly something that the client will decide or confirm or decline. Gallery itself, yeah, makes sense. Pro fan, yeah, makes sense. One small adjustment for different view for admin. Well, actually, each of those pages that we see here, each of these pages will need to have a special view for admin, because admin, when going to the same places, will see different stuff. Like the focus for admin will be confirming and declining things. Info section will probably not exist, or rather it will exist, but I'm not sure. What do you think about the info section? I haven't thought about it that much. What is it? Is it a use case? How did you mark info section, David, in mobile?
It was info and contacting, and there you had a short description about the project and links to the website.
Yes, but
That's pretty much it.
what
I'm not sure if we would
subsystem?
need something like that on the website.
What subsystem was it then?
It was info. That's the name of the subsystem.
So it just had that one use case? What else did the info subsystem have?
Well, let me pull it up real quick.
Oh, yeah, we can have a look.
Should be in the pull requests I just submitted today.
Yeah.
Let's see.
dev. Mobile use cases. Gallery. Info contacting. Go to website, apply to become artist, go contacts web page. So basically contacts page.
Or just an about page, something like that.
Yeah, how would that look like, I wonder? Is it
Hal Hunter made it part of the wireframe for the mobile app he had created, and it just had a sample image of a prosthetic, some text about
oh shit.
the app, and redirects to the website.
Okay, this part is logic that we will need to implement. Unless it will be just a link to email, But probably it will be a link to a form that you fill in, and that sends email to the admin for contacts. Okay. So contact button. So a view. Yeah, it's probably different from feedback, right? The info. This whole thing is different from feedback.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll need a subsystem that a guest can see, or rather react with.
Do we actually need that info page? I mean, wouldn't it be easier to just put everything on a home page, and that would show you or explain to the user what this site is? But I'm sure maybe they want to make the gallery the home page. So yeah.
I mean, yes, it could be homepage. It makes sense, but we actually don't even have homepage use case. Like, what's the starting point?
Yep.
So we need to put it somewhere. Let's move it a bit here so that we have some room. Okay. Come on. Okay. Makes sense. Let's move it a bit there. Let's move this a bit there. Okay, sure. Okay, great. And let's have some small section. Oops. So what do we have here? We will have here, you said, view info, contact info, or rather view homepage, which will view contact info, and contact is another one. Contact. Okay, so viewing homepage automatically fills contact info. And optionally, you can contact at yeah, just contact, I guess. It's a simple system. So how do we call this subsystem? Info or contact?
Contact probably would sound better.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah, I agree. It's just you, but I agree. Okay. Like this, and we're done. Okay, was easy addition. Simple. We need to add this quickly in the description. I'll just add contact. Artist contact module. View homepage. View contacts. Contact. Okay, I'll describe it later. Right, cool, great. So where were we? We were reviewing this. Okay, makes sense, great. Next. It was donation page. Donate prosthetics, money, join, socket, but maybe in the same button. I'm not sure. Will it be a pop-up to donation link? I don't know. I imagine it as you know, as a form, like another form will be opened. That's what I imagine. How does login look like? Okay. Standard stuff, I think. Forgot password. We didn't think about this though. So I think we should add the use case then, right? For reminding password.
Yep, agree.
Okay. 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 Let's put it somewhere there. Remind password. It's for all of them. I'll just put it there. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Remind password, one more case. Register, accept, decline, dependent feedback. Users module. Boom. Oops. Artists, feedback, users, contact module. Okay. Great. Remind password. Yeah. Okay. That is there. What other window do we have left? Artist page. What is an artist page? What is an artist page? Oh, it's like it's okay. What are your thoughts on this one?
I guess it's something like so when you're reviewing the artists, the available artists, then you could take a look at the profile of that artist, and you would see their bio, their the list of
Yeah.
art, so their portfolio. But it's a good question. Where would that be reachable from? So would that be available for the admin only, or for the amputees as well?
No, I think this would be really useful that we can generate stuff like this. You know, you just submit uh, uh, a a request for an artist, you know, and it gets approved. So every artist gets auto-generated a profile like this, and that they can share. That's useful for an artist, I think. Like as a way of sharing, or rather, just putting this in your portfolio, or cross-referencing your portfolio from the profile and this in your portfolio. I think this adds to it really nicely. So this is really valuable for an artist, rather a different format for art. And maybe if they don't have a portfolio, this could serve it as such, because you know you see the artwork and maybe a link to all the artwork, or maybe they can actually upload their artwork by themselves, but we only show, or rather they choose to show any of those three. Yeah, this is a great idea. Like this gives a lot of value to the artist as a way of having their portfolio stored in in the website. This is legit. But then if this is a portfolio, I think it's already complex enough that it requires its own subsystem.
Yeah, most likely.
Uh, why did I zoom out? Uh, artists, portfolio, manage portfolio. Okay, I think I'll drag this down a bit. Portfolio. Of course, we're not saying we'll do all of this. We're saying that maybe we'll do we'll do all of it, but only maybe. For now, just next sprint we'll start picking the top priority things and doing just those, focusing on those, ignoring the rest. A lot of it is nice to haves, and we'll need to figure out what is a nice to have and what is an absolute necessity. Okay, so manage portfolio. Um, well, view portfolio probably first. Um, both are optional. Well, whatever they want to manage. Edit contacts. Add um, uh, uh, top images, or rather select top images. Yeah, this would be a bit bigger. Oh crap. Okay. Select top images, add top images. Sorry, select top images, select main image. Next, add images to portfolio. Add image in general to select from, you know.
Yep.
Okay. So this view. Select main image, add image, select top images, edit contact info. That one was actually good. Manage portfolio. View portfolio. So managing calls this one naturally. Okay, it's really putting it all together. Okay, so when we manage the info, we load all the portfolio stuff. And when we load all the portfolio stuff, we can edit contact, main image, top images, and add image to portfolio. Maybe it's more clear. Portfolio. Okay. Basically, these three will be viewable. View view painted prosthetic. View other art. Of portfolio. Get contact info. And also that's it, I think. Oh, view highlight artwork. And probably, yeah, that's it. So basically this means so user, a guest can do all this. And however, oh crap, big line. Come on, hook. Okay, this is really cool. So this is something that Max mentioned when he mentioned a block capability. I think this is what he had in mind, didn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Um, so we just added a subsystem for portfolio where an artist can manage his own portfolio and a guest can view any artist's portfolio. But they probably need, you don't just view a portfolio. Uh, portfolios, artist portfolios. Portfolios, many of them. Then you actually select a single portfolio. Filter portfolios. And the last one is view artist portfolio, a single artist portfolio. Portfolio. Okay. And viewing actual portfolio links here. Okay. Okay, we'll drag those a bit down. Okay. 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 And okay. View artist portfolios, so you can filter a portfolio or view individual artist portfolio. Also, David, if you have those include and exclude words or extend, whatever they're called, I think we should remove them because in these cases it's a bit derp to just repeat it, extend, 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 extend. Sorry, include, or in this case, extend.
All right. I'll make note of that and I'll remove them during the weekend.
Thanks. Yeah, so that's portfolio subsystem. You can view artist portfolios, all of them, and you can filter them. And then you can view a single artist portfolio where you see their contact info, their highlighted artwork, and their other artwork, and their prosthetic artwork. And yeah, artist it's himself, herself, himself can manage their portfolio by editing those sections. So this is really cool. This is like a website for artists managing their portfolio, and that's the benefit for artists: attention and portfolio. That's one. For um, uh, someone who is in misfortune and in need of help, for amputee, they can get that help. There's two. And for a company who wants to, I guess, attract people, show that they care, they can donate, or people support the idea and just formalize it, publicize it, attract attention, the gallery. Very nice. I like the idea. I can't wait to show this to Mortis. Yeah, so it really, I think, was a useful meeting. It all fits together. So the purpose of next sprint, of sprint 2, will be to figure out which of these things are absolute necessity for a functional minimum viable product. And when we figure that out, we'll start getting into code. And I think in the next sprint, we'll have some work done.
Sounds great.
Yeah, sounds really good. I like what I see. It makes sense
Yeah.
and it's easy to follow.
Yeah, I had a lot of confusion about the website, but now it's much more cleaner, I would say.
Yeah, it's very clear, both visually in what we will have as pages, and both functionally what we actually plan to do. Okay, great. Does anyone else have anything to say? David, maybe you, about the work you did this week?
Uh, I was slacking this week, to be honest. I mainly restructured the Markdown file for the use cases I had for the app. But for the project, that's pretty much all that I could do this week. I was scratching my head with generic covariance and contravariance, and yeah.
Okay, it's fine. Okay. So that's it for this meeting. I think tomorrow no meeting. I'm not sure if on Sunday we'll have any meeting, but I'll try to at least do a written form of retrospective, and planning needs to be a meeting. We need to plan what we do, how we prioritize things. But for that purpose, we need to first brainstorm all the tasks that we have in backlog. And actually, that'll be an easy process. We'll just, for every case that you see here, there needs to be a task in backlog. Many small cases, many small tasks, issues, tasks. So we'll create a bunch of issues. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for coming, and see you next time. Worst case scenario in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Kai.
No problem.
Have a good night. Bye bye.
Bye.